Hey gang, Scott here. Got a backpack review for you today. ThinkTank has just released the Mirrorless Mover Backpack, and I've been fortunate enough to work with it for the last couple of months. Got some thoughts I want to share with you about the backpack. It's ThinkTank, it's going to be good. But in this video, I want to run through, why you'd want to consider this backpack in your lineup. It's normal stuff we talk about with bags, the build quality, the fit, the function, and so forth, and just give you some general overall thoughts and reviews of what I think about this backpack. Let's get into it. One of the first things I'll ask myself when I'm looking at a new camera bag or backpack is, where does this fit into my lineup? I've got several bags for my gear. Like most photographers, we have different bags that suit different needs. So the Mirrorless Mover Backpack, it's fitting in the middle for me. It fills a space that I didn't quite realize I had in my lineup, where I have smaller bags like the Mirrorless Mover shoulder bag and a photo cross for smaller scale things where the purpose of the outing might not be fully photography. I'm out for a walk or a hike or a bicycle ride or something. I want some camera gear with me, but it's really lighter fare. A single camera, single body, maybe an extra lens depending on the situation. And then on the opposite end of that spectrum, where I'm out for a full-blown landscape shoot, multi-hour hike, or really purposely getting into the landscape, the rotation backpack I have, where I might not be able to put anything on the ground because I'm in a stream or it's muddy or what have you. I need everything, the rotation part of that bag being very integral to how my workflow is. This is in between. This backpack, I've been using it for a couple of months, and it's really been nice for outings where it's purposely for photography, but I might be in a more urban environment, or the outdoor activities are lighter fare, a light day hike or things like that, because the bag is durable. It has the waterproof material, and I'll talk about build construction in a bit. But it can carry more things, right? I can put a couple of bodies in there, a few lenses, and it has more than what I can do with my smaller scale packs, but it's not overkill for the environment. I don't need to have the very large backpack for what is otherwise a moderate type of outing. And I will say the bag travels really well. I took it on a cross-country flight, and I had everything with me. I was able to bring it on the plane, and easily fits in the overhead bin. It also fit underneath the seat in front of me, still had room for my feet, which was really, really nice. So this is where that bag is fitting in my lineup. So you got a situation where you need a little more than just a single body, single lens, but you don't need to bring everything in the in your photo arsenal. Have a look at the Mirrorless Mover Backpack. It's a good fit for that thing. So let's talk about some of the other things about the bag. Let's open it up, take a look at the stowage and where you can put things. Let's get inside this bag here. Let me unzip that so you can see the interior. So this flaps down like that. It's got what you would expect in a photo bag, especially one from ThinkTank. Adjustable dividers. You can rearrange this in any way you want. The Velcro, light gray, easy to find. All of our black materials in it, but it can hold quite a bit of stuff. This little bit on the bottom here, right down there, that's a rain cover. It comes with a rain cover, which is nice. And so the way this is configured, you can kind of see where this upper chamber would be where you'd have a camera with the body and a lens mounted, and other lenses around there. It can fit quite an amount of stuff. There's a variety of configurations you can do with this, but several camera lenses, a couple of bodies if you want to. I've done several different ways of configuring the bag based on what I've needed to do with it. Specification wise, interior, you've got really about 16 inches this way, and then about 11 to 11 and a half this way, maybe about 11 this way. I have the specs in an article on my website, as well as it's on the ThinkTank website. But what you would these dividers, sturdy, and I'm squeezing them, and they're a quarter to a half inch thick, or like a half inch, and the outside is soft, so it's one of that it's that right balance between strength to hold form, keep your different cameras and lenses segmented, but it's soft enough that you're not going to damage your gear. You're not going to scratch up, your bodies or the outsides of your lenses or things like that. On the bottom flap here, there is no storage whatsoever. So this is not the type of bag where you open up and there's like another zipper on the inside. That's on the front of the bag. So let me close this back up and we'll look at the outside where you have some additional storage capabilities. All right, so on the outside, I've got these two zippers pulled down already, and there's a magnetic flap. You'll hear this. Right, so this is a magnetic flap, 2 magnets in it, and then this opens up. And what we have is on the inside, you've got a small zipper pouch for your memory cards, a couple of batteries. There's actually a little hook in there, right there. I don't know if you can kind of see that. If you need to latch your keys on there. This outer pouch, you can put light things in it, whether it be snacks, a lightweight jacket, things to just to crumple on in there and push in. I do that with my outer jacket. And then there's also a padded sleeve. Velcro that open right here, right there. That's for your laptop or your tablet, and that fits most 14-inch laptops. So it's a healthy sized flap there. Very easy to access too. It's one of the things I liked about the bags. I was walking around in different places and then would sit down in a coffee shop and just be able to pop the bag open, reach the laptop out, do a little photo work, check mail, whatever you need to do if you're out for a full day. So that's the outer side of it. And then to round out, storage on both sides. Let me show this side here. You've got side pouches here. These have Velcro on them. Let me pull that Velcro right there. So you can snap that out, water bottle, tripod if you want to. And I do like that this little Velcro is there, because if you don't want them, you push that back on and it stays out of the way. It's not catching on things. You've got those on both sides. So lots of opportunities and pouches and little nooks and crannies to store as little or as much gear as you need to. The one thing it doesn't have as far as carrying is your tripod is going to be side mounted. It does not have a little flap that comes out if you were trying to strap something on. You can see there's no straps on the outside on the front there. So tripod, that's going to go on the side if you're carrying one of those. And for a bag like this, when you're out, you're probably, if you're bringing a tripod, it's going to be a lighter weight one. What I was using this front pouch for actually is I was using it for holding the platypod base, and then one of the little chambers on the inside had a small ball head. So if I needed a tripod, for most scenarios, I'd be looking at my platypod for doing things like that. Fit perfectly well inside the bag. Let's talk build quality and comfort, the ergonomics of the bag. Well, build quality, it's ThinkTank. We expect strong, superior build quality, and we get it, right? This bag, Mirrorless Mover Backpack, no exception to ThinkTank's reputation for making strong, durable bags. There's a reason that I use their gear again and again, and I have several of their bags in my lineup, and several of them are many, many years old because they last. You buy it once and you use it for, in some cases, for me, I've got some that are almost a decade old and they're still great. Zippers, the YYK, YKK, those standard zippers we always want to have on everything because they're the super strongest, best ones. That's what's on here. The stitching is strong. The material on the outside is waterproof. It's durable, so even without the rain cover, if there's a light rain, your water droplets are just going to roll on down. Straps, the stitching is really strong. I've picked this up as a full thing from the handle, from which is one of the single straps, all that type of stuff. Never had a concern about any problem with the build or the construction. It's built to last. I want to spin this around here for the comfort part of it, so you can see the different straps here. The back part, it's got that anatomically designed for your back, where there's those two on either side, so the bag is resting not on your spine, on either side of your spine, kind of like running the length of the two muscles that go down your back on either side of your spine. Lumbar support that is a little pronounced compared to the back supports. There's also right here, which is, I'm going to slip my finger inside of it, where If you have the ThinkTank, support, lumbar belt strap, that's not included with the bag, but this bag is compatible with it. You can slide it through. You also do have just a waist strap for additional support. Speaking of straps, the backpack straps themselves, incredibly well padded, very comfortable. I worked with this bag for multiple hours on multiple days. And between the straps being comfortable, there being a chest clip to take the pressure off, everything was well balanced, and I didn't have a problem with comfort at all during my outings with this bag. So comfortable to wear. The bag itself is only about a little less than 3 pounds, and so just depending on how much gear you want to put in there, what you're comfortable with, I think you'll find that the bag is comfortable to wear. Everything's adjustable and can fit to the way that you like to wear a backpack. If you like it high up on your back, lower down. I will say I do like backpacks because you can balance everything and have equal weight distribution across both your shoulders. So the pricing, right? That's the question we always ask. Great, love the bag, love what I can do with it, looks configurable. What's it going to cost me? So at the time I record this, the list price for the Mirrorless Mover Backpack is a little shy of $150 US. And when I'm looking at a bag, I'm always asking myself, not only where does it fit in my lineup, how am I going to use it, how long will I be able to use it, how many years can I get out of the bag? And I tend to look to get like 5 years out of a bag or a backpack. And for other pieces of equipment, sometimes more, but I'm usually looking around that. So when I factor that into what's the cost of the bag, and I spread that out over the number of years that I intend to use it, I think this is a great price for what you're getting. And it's reconfigurable, so as your photo gear changes, or you shift from one photo genre to another, and therefore your lens lineup changes, whatever it might be, the bag can shift and morph with you as you change and grow as a photographer. It also has 4 different colors, right? The one you're looking at here is called Campfire Orange. There is also a Marine Blue, Coast Green, and Cool Gray. So whatever color palette suits your personality, your likes, they've got one for you, and each one looks really, really sharp. You'll be happy wearing and using this bag. One parting thought about the Mirrorless Mover Backpack, and this is not so much about this backpack, but it is in general like physics of backpacks. You see that I have this standing upright. You've seen me pick this up and put it down several times, and the bag will stand up on its own. One point though, if you are loading the bag with some camera gear and say some personal effects like hats or gloves or things like that, just make sure you put the heavier things toward the bottom of the bag. Otherwise the bag will be top heavy, and especially if you get a laptop in the front or a tablet, it may tend to tip over if you're trying to just put it down and all the weight is up toward the top. I mean, that's just physics. That's going to happen, and you front weight it with a tablet, and you've got all the weight on the top. Yeah, it's going to tend to want to tip over. That is easily managed by thinking about where to distribute the weight within your bag. Just like you figure out how to distribute weight when you're wearing the bag, think about distributing the weight from top to bottom. If you are packing some lighter items, put those toward the top. Otherwise, I am really enjoying this bag. I'm looking at using this bag as a primary for some extended travel I have coming up, where I don't need everything. I will be doing some landscape stuff, but I'll also be doing some urban stuff. I have flights involved, and so this is factoring into my decisions on which bag or bags I'm going to bring to protect my gear. And this is a really strong contender for this upcoming work that I have to do. So I hope this helps you think about the Mirrorless Mover Backpack. If you're evaluating a new bag, or you've got an old one you need to replace, have a look at this one. I think you'll really enjoy it. Any other questions, go ahead and drop them below. And until next time, my name's Scott Davenport. Have fun.